When the UK turns into a wet, dry sponge, most people panic book Cyprus for winter sun. And don't get me wrong, Cyprus is great, but tour operators know that, and they price it like they're doing you a favour. So today, 5 winter holidays that are way cheaper than you think. And yes, we're ending with my absolute go-to, the one that everyone overlooks. As you guys know, I'm way up for a cheap break. And the one thing that everyone seems to overlook is how good you can get away over winter. And you're seeing the telly now, it's coming up on early December, they're pushing the holiday ads, they're showing you the beaches in the Maldives and hoping you'll buy ready for next year. And to be honest, if you're going to do winter sun, you're probably better to have booked it during the summer, but you were too busy having a holiday. I know I was. I was in Marrakesh in the summer and then spent the rest of it getting over it. But short notice trips are out there and they're really good value. Now the one that everyone automatically jumps on is Cyprus, because you think winter sun, Cyprus, relatively cheap. But there are so many others there and we're going to go through them today, and we're going to finish with my go-to. I think some of you who've been watching me before will probably guess where it is. So let's get to it. So let's start with Cyprus. Don't get me wrong, I love Cyprus. I've been there before, it was absolutely amazing. Now as a winter destination, you've got to ask yourself, what is there to actually do there? A lot of the water parks will either be closed or a little bit chilly. You know, you're talking you wouldn't go to a water park in the UK in the height of summer, and that's roughly the temperatures you're looking at. However, you could go skiing on Mount Troodos, and of course there's plenty of the cafe vibe, the restaurant vibe. And there are some great day trips from Cyprus. I believe you can still do the cruise to Egypt from there. I'm not sure, I did it years ago, it was fantastic. Now you go with the tour operators, and I'm not saying they're scalping you. However, when you really drill it down, their prices, you're still getting on for £400 to £500 each for a week for somewhere decent. If you just want a summer holiday, a sunny holiday, you'd probably get a better deal going to Spain or Bulgaria in the actual summer. Just saying. However, if you DIY it, you can get flights from anywhere between 50 and 80 return. Probably have to go from London to get that, a little bit more if you go from somewhere else. And apartments. Well, it's the close season. The apartments will be cheap. I've seen apartments there for £20 to £30. I would say the best area for this is probably Paphos. But don't necessarily fly into Paphos Airport. That tends to serve the tour operators, so you're buying at tour operator price. There's other airports on the island. Why not use that saving to hire a car? Yeah, don't get me wrong, Cyprus great. However, why do what everyone else is doing? You might as well just go to Benidorm if that's all you're after. Now for me, this next one, Marrakesh. Those of you that have watched me know I've been there before. I was stupid enough to go in summer when it was in the mid-40s, but as a winter destination, it's pretty damn good. It will still be warm, the evenings will be cool, but it's exciting, it's exotic, and it's a damn sight warmer than Birmingham in December. Now we got a week there in June for £100. You're going to pay a little bit more than that in the winter, but you will still get a flight out of London. Yeah, we got flights from Gatwick for between £40 and £50 each return. That's a no-brainer. A little bit more if you're going to go from Manchester, and you will still get a Riyadh for a week for 2 people for around about £100. So you're talking, you can still do it for around about the £100 mark. If you're staying somewhere nicer, prices do go up a bit because it is well known that it is very popular with people coming for a bit of winter sun. However, when you get there, the activities are real bucket list things. Hot air ballooning, safaris to the Sahara, but the cost isn't the same as doing it elsewhere in the world. Ridiculously cheap food. It feels illegal to get this much holiday for this much money. And I've had a friend who's just gone there for a long weekend. He had a fantastic time, didn't really get out the Medina much, chilled. Well, chill's the wrong word, it's quite warm. And just experienced the culture. Fantastic place, absolutely rock bottom prices. So what's next? I would say Eastern Europe. Not because it's warm, it's not. I've done Krakow twice in the winter and we did Sofia a couple of years ago. We got Sofia for 82 quid. And you know what? Yes, it's going to be cold, but you're going to get snow thrown in. It's worth being cold if there's snow. Sofia is an amazing city, so much culture, so much history, so little price for the booze and food. And you can do some great day trips from there in a weekend. You can go to Plovdiv and back in the day, the seat of Roman civilization in Bulgaria. Probably more civilized than Bulgaria is now when you think about it. But you're going to get small Christmas markets, and you will easily get a weekend there this side of £100. That's all the way through December, January, February. Personally, I'd go in December so you cash in on the Christmas vibe. Now with Krakow, the 2 times I've been, yes, it was cold, but it was crisp. And all the restaurants had outside gazebos that were heated, and there's plenty of inside attractions, museums and things. We did a day trip to Auschwitz, which you were outside just long enough to know you were cold, but it was certainly doable. That's another place that is doable for less than £100. But I started this off talking about winter sun, so let's go somewhere a bit warmer. Good God, we're already up to item 4. You're going to find out what my go-to is soon. Bilbao or Porto? I've never been to Porto, but it looks very similar to Bilbao, so I'm going to give you Bilbao. Cosy cafes, river walks, wine tastings. There's a very foodie vibe in Bilbao. We went in October, but I would say you are not going to get hot anywhere between November and February, but you're still going to get nicer than Bridlington. But you don't need the weather to really get Bilbao or Porto. You've got the Guggenheim, doesn't matter what the weather is there. You've got other museums, cathedrals, churches, and at night the vibe in the old town is unbelievable. The food's amazing. It's not the cheapest city to actually exist in, but it's not a bad price. You can get flights out of Gatwick with Welling for as low as £50-60 return if you time it right. The hotels aren't as cheap as some of the Eastern European sites, but you can still get 3 nights for about £150, £160, so you're talking £130 each for a weekend on the edge of the Mediterranean. No, it's not the Mediterranean up there, is it? I'm sorry. But you've got the beach element nearby. You can go to San Sebastian for the day. You can go to Jexo. Really good winter vacation at a sensible price, but you're not going to be getting winter sun, but it's going to be pleasant. So let's bring this home with my favourite, Athens. Again, I've been twice. Went once in December and we were wearing t-shirts. That was with Book. Went again in March with Mum, and that was t-shirt weather as well. It was just like late spring, that 1 week you get before the summer holidays start in the UK. Probably wouldn't want to go in the water, but you could if you were that way inclined. However, the crowds are not there. Some of the attractions are cheaper, like the Acropolis is normally €20 to go up. It's 10 in the off season. You can get your transport for the weekend for as low as €20. And again, flights from London, £40. Flights from Manchester, probably closer to 80. And the one I've just looked at now, I can get 3 nights in a city centre hotel with a balcony, shared bathroom for £52. So let's work that out. You go from London with the hotel with a shared bathroom, £81 each. Bang. Go from Manchester, it's kicking in at about 120. That's for 3 nice nights. And if you go from Manchester, the flight times are really good. You're getting there late morning, so you're getting most of your first day, 2 full days, and you're not flying back at 6 o'clock in the morning, just before lunch, which is a nice, get up, have a breakfast, say goodbye to the place. But there's just so much to do. I think if I go again this winter, which is highly likely, because I'll be taking Sue in, who's never been before, we're going to do the biggies on the first half day, the Acropolis, maybe the museum, maybe not, rooftop restaurant. The first full day, I want to do the trip to Meteora because I really enjoyed that, but the last time I was looking after and worried about Mum, so I could relax into it more with Sue in this time. And that leaves you 1 whole day to just Athens, just Athens it. You can go to Mount Lycabettus, have a nice meal and a pint up there, Monastricky flea markets, go and watch the soldiers in dresses, the Ev zones in their ceremonial wear. You can start exploring the Roman side of things rather than the ancient Greeks. There is just so much to do, so much to chill, and yeah, it's my favourite. I think I'm definitely going to go there, and between 80 and 120, you really can't go wrong, can you? 3 nights. You wouldn't get a weekend in York for that. Trust me, I've had one. Definitely not one in London, and you're going to get the temperature as well. But you've got to be advised. It's not guaranteed to be great weather, but I've been twice and it was. Maybe I might get really unlucky this time. But I somehow doubt it. I don't think Athens would do that to me. So there you go. There's 5 banging destinations available for not a lot. And all of these are bookable at the prices I've said. Now, we're talking, it's the 18th of November today. I can find those prices anytime between now and the end of January. You don't have to plan this well in advance, other than trying to get the time off work in December, which is the problem for me where I work. So, where would you go for a quick winter break? You can either go for a week. For those, I'd pick Marrakesh, Cyprus, maybe even look at Malta. That's really cheap out of season. Do you know what? You could do a lot worse than Benidorm. All at affordable prices. For a weekend, you've got your choice of embrace the winter and hit Eastern Europe. So many others there you could look at, like maybe into Albania or Riga in Latvia. But the 2 I've liked that I've done so far have been Krakow and Sofia. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we did Stockholm in winter. That was nice as well. We got that one for 70 quid. But for me, the main reason to get away in winter is to go somewhere warmer than here. I'm just saying you can enjoy the places that are as cold, if not colder. They're usually not as bloody wet. So let's look at the warmer ones. Cyprus, Marrakesh, the weekend one, Athens. They are all bangers. Where would you go? Am I wrong on any of these? Would you say I'm wrong? Tell me in the comments below. So the one thing that helps the channel survive is engagement. I love it when you like, comment and subscribe. I like it even more when you like, comment, hit the notifications bell. So thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.